Hello and welcome to my bookshelf corner. In today's video, I will be organizing it. I've got lots of books. I've already done the top shelf and then this shelf. Like, it was full of different craft supplies, but I've been going through my room this summer and like cleaning out the different areas and like purging. So I'm going to go through my books and I'll probably sort them into piles of like ones I know I want to keep, ones I like haven't read, and ones I might want to get rid of, and kind of just go through and then make my bookshelf look cute because it's just a big jumble. Like, I kind of have it organized right now down on the bottom shelf. I've kind of got it separated from like history and like horror and like other books, but I think I've gotten a lot more books. I've got this giant pile of like newer books, this giant pile. I have a pile of manga that was on this shelf. And then I also have the books that I've read this year that I kind of want to display, like the ones I really liked, like Butcher and Blackbird. I'm just going to be organizing my shelves. I do have a few little bears that from Build-A-Bear. This one had like my childhood like Nani or whatever in it. And so I'll probably be using those as dividers. Like, I have this bear that I got when I was like 5, and then I have my Girl Scout bear, and then I also have a bear that I got when I was in the hospital. When I was in the hospital in 2nd grade because it was basically giant migraines, I think, but I was in it for a few days and then I ended up getting glasses. But yeah, I'm going to start by sorting all the books. Alright, I did just start by moving like all the stuff that was in front. Like, I had a ton of stuff here, like craft supplies and just random things to make room. Alright, so officially all the shelves have been book removed. I've taken all the books off. I got the piles that were sitting here. I sneezed so much. There was a lot of dust. I have like a little Swiffer thingy with me for when I put them back on, I'll de-dust them. Yeah, some of them have been sitting here for a while. But I have all the books in piles now. So these are all my manga. Some of the piles are just like different series. This series my grandpa gave me, and so I want to at least try it out. This is all of the like kind of activity books I have. This is Goosebumps. Here are all of my like World War II or other like historical war books. Here are some books that like from my childhood. I have all of these books, and then I also have The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, which I'll keep probably just for like nostalgia's sake. I have the 3 like Mousenet books. I've only ever read the first. I've never finished it because like my bookmark would always get removed or whatever. So I'll probably try reading it again, and if I want to continue, I have all the books because we got them from like Look It's My Book in elementary school. That's where a couple of these are from. This giant stack is the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. I have all of them. This was definitely a big middle school obsession. I'm probably gonna keep these books forever just because like I really enjoyed them. This book my friend is currently borrowing, but I have all 9, including 8.5. I have 3 hardcover and the rest are all paperback. I could read some of these in like a day, and like the further down ones are like over 1,000 pages. This book I got, I think, for Christmas or my birthday. I don't really know a lot about it, but it looks interesting. Here I have the second and third book of the Hunger Games. I've read the first, but not the other two, and I want to. So I'll be keeping these. This is my Rick Riordan pile. I have the first, The Lightning Thief, and then kind of like a smattering of other books. I've read the Lightning Thief series, or like their first series, and then after that I kind of stopped. But I also have the first or the second of the Kane Chronicles, and then Trials of Apollo. I've read the first one here in a graphic novel, and I have that somewhere. Maybe it's at a neighbor's house, I'm not entirely sure. This is my Five Nights at Freddy's pile. Definitely keeping these. These are my Minecraft books. I have like the handbooks and then a few like other random books. I might end up getting rid of these too, but not these. This is my current get rid of pile. It'll probably grow as some of the books I don't really know about. Big Hero 6 book, I've never read it. I think I got it at a garage sale. I've watched the movie. I feel like this came out after the movie, so I don't really know. This, I've read like the whole series. I think this is the only one I own, and it was like elementary school that I read them. And then this, it was my sister's. I've tried reading it a few times. I never got into it. I think I'm good. Here I have 2 Descendants books. I think I've read or listened to one of them. I might try reading them or I'll get rid of them. And then this is Mystery Pile. Some of these ones I got from my library. They had a book sale, so I don't super know what they're about. But this one, Murder, She Wrote, or By the Time You Read This, I'll Be Gone, Down, I've all bought. These are like Clue mini adventures, which I really enjoy reading occasionally. It's like mini mysteries. These two are the same pile. This just got too big. This is like my random books. I might get rid of a few. I'm not entirely sure yet. But now I gotta figure out how I want to place them on my bookshelf. Okay, so it's been a little bit. I've had lunch, and I think I know how I'm at least going to do this top shelf. So these 4 books I have in my June TBR. It is currently June 4th. Not looking too bright, but one of the books I've been reading. So I'll probably keep these and try and read them in July as well. I might pick a few more because I've read 2. So I think those are gonna go on the top shelf. And then I also have 4 of the books I've read this year. I might make like a 2023, like maybe this part. So then at the end of the year, I know like all the books I've read that I own. And then I also am going to put my Keeper of the Lost Cities series on the top shelf because I've read them all. It's a big series. That might go on the second if I don't have room. But I think also I'll do my Five Nights at Freddy's series because those are my 2 biggest series of books. So I might stick those all together either on the top shelf or on the shelf. I'll see how it goes. Okay, so I have changed what I said already. I put my books that I've read this year in order of the ones that I have. Well, I do have Educated. It's in this pile. I'll grab it and put it where it fits in there. I think it'll go here. The only other book I read was Chronicle of a Death Foretold. Those 2, Educated and that one, I read for school, but I bought Educated because I loved it, and I'll probably need it for senior year because in the program I'm in, they're like connected. And then another book that I've also read, Sing and Buried Sing, that I think I want to use those 2 for like the tests I have to take for it. But then over here are the 4 books that I haven't started that were in my June list. They're fall some. And I moved the Keeper of the Lost Cities to down here because there's like this much space with them over here. I'll fix that. And then I have my Five Nights at Freddy's down here. And so I feel like that kind of spaces it out. And I'll kind of sort them. I have a few candles I might put as like just decorative dividers. Maybe a few other things. I'm not entirely sure. That's my plan so far. Okay, so this is what I have and what I think I'm going to keep for the top shelf. I have, once again, the books I've read this year, and then I have the books I want to read, and then some, oh, that was not a good sound, like the books I want to keep from like childhood kind of nostalgia, and then these are my manga, and so these are together, but then I've left room for more books to go up here because I'm going to read more and I'll have more on my list. But I have this. It was a soda I got from a store. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's soda, but I plan on like cutting off the excess like nutrition label and then like refurbishing it almost to be a little plant flower thing. And so I might get some flowers from Hobby Lobby and like little marbles and stuff and stick it here as like a book holder thing, but that will go on this side of the books. And then I have these little Lego flowers that me and my boyfriend made. I'm going to get like a container for them, like a little vase or something, probably also from Hobby Lobby. And so that will go here, and then this will be on the other side, kind of moved around for like holding the books upright. And then I put the David Baldacci series on this side, and I'll fill in here, not quite sure yet. And then I put my Goosebumps books down here. I'm feeling like kind of darker maybe books down here because it already has like all the books are darker, and so I put my brown bear down here instead of my little white polar bear to kind of give like a spooky theme. And this is like the rest of the books. Like I'm thinking I have a lot of World War II books and kind of different that era, so I think that's going down here. But otherwise I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, so I've just gone through like my war books. I've got 2 from the Civil War and the rest of these are all World War II. So I think I'll like separate it with these 2 Civil War books and then put my World War II books. Okay, so I've officially filled up the bottom shelf. I have my Five Nights at Freddy's and I added this little fanny there. Got my bear, he's a little squished now. I have my Goosebumps books, and then my Civil War, and then my World War II. And then starting at the 100 Hours book, going on until the Clue books are my murder mystery or like mystery books. And then I have my Ultimate Percy Jackson guide book to separate to the Percy Jackson or Rick Riordan books. And then I've got all of like, these are all like partial series. I'm missing the first Baldacci book, the first Hunger Games. I've got all of the Mouse Net, and I feel like there's more in the Descendants series. Then I've got a bear and the Keeper of the Lost Cities. And then I don't think I've added anything to the top since last, but now I've got this little space for these, and that's my craft stuff. I'm going through that later. And I also have my Work of Archimedes. Okay, I have officially finished putting all the books back on my bookshelf, and it is kind of packed in there, but you know, it's okay. There was lots of stacks not on the bookshelf, so but now I think I'm gonna put myself on a book buying ban for a little bit. No more new books until I read some or find a place to put them. but I'm gonna give a final tour of my bookshelf and my thought process. So starting at the top, I put some of the journals and stuff I found here. I put the Minecraft books here, and then so these are the books I've read this year, not including this one. I added the Sing and Bird Sing because like I've already read it. It didn't really have another place to go, and I'm going to use it for my senior year. Currently these are on their side because they kept falling over and like I couldn't really stand these up, but I'll put these two things in between them. And then I've got books I've read that I really love. I added Howl's Moving Castle because one, I needed more room, and two, this is kind like all of these books, manga, are of animes I've watched, and I want to watch this anime. I might try and read this book first, but like I've watched Fairy Tail, Assassination Classroom, and Ouran High School Host Club, so I put them up there with those. Okay, second shelf. Got the Keeper of Lost Cities. I've got this, which when my friend returns that, I might like swap that out and put this on top because I just realized I don't have any more space. My bear is a little sad. But then these four are all kind of romancy, I think. I don't know what genre this would be, but these are all kind of, up until here, they're all kind of random genres. And then I've got The Work of Archimedes, and then this is by the same author of a book my mom really wants me to read, and so I have this just kind of here. I want to try this, so then I'll read the other one, and I'll probably bring this up to her so she can read it because she really liked the other author or other book. And then I have The Hawthorne Legacy. My sister currently has the Inheritance game in her room. She's got a couple of my books, which I'll also have to add. Dang it. This I got from my library, and it looks really cool. It is a second book, but then I've got kind of series here. Like there's 2, 3, these, I've talked about those. So that's the first 2. And then finally, this bottom shelf, I've got, once again, my Five Nights at Freddy's. This bear's a little less squished. And then I've got Goosebumps, and I decided to put the Da Vinci Code down here to separate between like these books because it didn't fit on this second shelf. It was originally kind of paired with this book, but it didn't fit. Like the shelf was too small. So I put it down here. And then I've got all my war books, and then like kind of murder mysteries. I think I've kind of talked about all that. But so this is my finished bookshelf, and that's the top. Got my little varsity letters, hee hee. And then these are the books I'm getting rid of. This one I probably would have kept, but I didn't have room, and I was like, you know, I don't really want to read it. So this book I got, I think, a long time ago. It's not in the best shape. I think it was given to me that way because this is the second book of Miss Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. I love that book, and I was looking everywhere for this in like grade school. Couldn't find it. Someone gave this to me, and I've never read it. And then this, I don't know, it's a series, and I was like, I don't know, I got this from the Look It's My Book thing, so I'll just donate this. My 2 Minecraft books, I've already read these. I haven't read them in years. And then I think I kind of already talked about all of these, but these will all be going to little free libraries around. My mom has been trying to like start a library in my city or like town thingy because we don't have a library, because we're like a small offshoot of a town. Like there's a bigger like city, but we're like to the side of it, so we don't have like our own library. And so she's worked out a deal almost with the city because they're like, no, we don't want a library. And so she got them to agree to like little free libraries over and so I'll put that in our pile because we've been kind of collecting books for that too. It's like in a separate box in like our basement or garage or something of books to fill up the little free library. So I'll put these towards those. But I have officially organized my bookshelf and I'm quite proud of how it turned out. I wasn't entirely sure how I was gonna do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I don't have enough room? But I think this was pretty successful, and I've managed to get rid of a few, not a lot, but a few books.